What's up, guys? We got a really cool Bible bike coming our way, and today we're in a pretty unique spot on a freighter. Most people never get to see this, but you guys, we get to see this today. We are in a ballast tank. Ooh, exciting. So a ballast tank, if you don't know what it is pretty much for ship stability. So if you've ever gone canoeing, if you stand up in your canoe, you're like, whoa, you're tippy. But when you sit down, whoosh, your center of gravity's better. You got more balance. So this is what these ballast tanks are used for. When there's no cargo in the boat, the cargo weighs down the boat, causing us to sit deeper. But when we take the cargo out, we're like a tippy canoe. So what we do to counter it is that we fill these massive tanks with water, with the ballast, called ballast tanks. So it's pretty cool. So right now we're in our port number 1 tank here on the Courage. There's actually usually no lights in here, so it gets really, really dark. So the reason we're currently in this tank is that when we take on ballast, we're usually taking cargo off and pumping water in. Because of that, though, when we take the water in, we're usually pretty low to the ground, so we suck in a bunch of mud. So what we're doing is we're cleaning out these ballast tanks full of mud right now. So the mud weighs down the boat, and because of that, we can't carry as much cargo. So if we get the mud out, that means we can carry more cargo and make some more money. So these ballast tanks are interesting. I feel like I'm Jonah and the whale almost. So when you get in these ballast tanks, you crawl in this little tight manhole, and it's just covered in mud. It's cold, it's dark. We got lights in here, but when you first come in, when I'm doing the oxygen reading test at the beginning, it's very dark. There's no lights in here, just my headlamp, and it gets pretty tight in some spaces. I feel like Jonah. So our message is this right here. So Jonah, he was going through a lot. If you guys don't know the story, God called him to go somewhere, and he went the complete 180. He tried running as far away as he could. In fact, he hopped on a boat to go the opposite direction where God called him. But there's a big sea, and the crew casted lots, and they're like, you know what, Jonah, you're the reason the storm came upon us. And whoosh, the crew threw Jonah into the sea. Crazy. So in that moment, he cried out to God. In Jonah chapter 2, you see a prayer of Jonah. So in that moment, when he's in the whale, so we all know this, a big fish, whale, whatever you want to call it, swallows Jonah. His prayer is this: am I distressed? I called to the Lord, and he answered me. He answered me. So that was Jonah's cry, and when he was in somewhere very dark, and we just took the lights off back here. I got one little light, super dark. So Jonah's probably in this super tight place, super dark, and it's probably very depressing. But my message is this: these dark moments in life, it's where God continues to teach us. So I learned this a long time ago. It's a good lesson. So if you guys remember old school photos, I wasn't alive for it, but this is what I heard. So back in the day when photos were developed, they had to go to a dark place. There's a dark room for photos. And it was very important that no light went in there, because if light entered into that dark room too early, it would ruin the photo. So the message is this: sometimes we go through these dark things in life, these very dark moments. And God is trying to actually teach us something, to strengthen us, to bring out something beautiful, something stronger, something refined. We might be going through the fire, but we're coming out gold. So my message is this: we might be going through a hardship, and trust me, there's a lot of hardships in our lives, a lot of things that are very, very difficult. But God is with us, and he wants to help us get through those things. And he's refining us in those moments. And the good thing about these ballast tanks, it's dark, it's cold, but listen, it's a good thing we're doing at the end. We're getting mud out of these tanks so we can make this boat more profitable, meaning there's going to be less mud, meaning the boat sits higher when we put cargo in, which means we can carry more cargo. So in those hardships in life, God is allowing us to do more for him because he's teaching us and making us better. So, alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, you got to see a little bit of a ballast tank. Peace!